This is Colin Dixon with nScreenMedia, and I'm at NAB 2015 on the Net Insight booth, speaking with Per Lindgren, who is the VP of Business Development and Strategy now at Net Insight. And Per, one of the things that you're doing is you're making it much cheaper to retrofit remote broadcast trucks with 4K. Because you are simplifying the transport of the video so that they can do remote mixing and production of the actual video. Talk us through how you're doing that.
Yes, I think it's a trend we've seen for a couple of years now for more HD and ST, that we're complementing OB bands with remote production, that we call it, that we actually bring the camera feeds back from the stadiums to centralized production environment. And then you can actually do more production because you can do both production on the East Coast and West Coast with the same team. And also you don't need to bring all the whole crew, big crew out to all the different arenas. You can actually handle more content. One of the issues when talking to our sports friends is moving to 4K is quite a big upgrade because they just upgraded to HD. So take that investment again for 4K is quite huge. So a lot of people say, we're going to wait. But actually with remote production, it allows them to do that because now they can do a centralized upgrade on a single place and bring the content back from multiple venues. You don't have to upgrade every OB van or every studio, stadiums. You can actually bring it back more centralized. And what we do there today now is, of course, the other issues is the cost of doing 4K in transport because it's 12 gigabits.
Right, 12 gigabits is a lot to transport, but you're fixing that because you can cut that dramatically, right? And what's more is you can handle doing that over an internet connection rather than over a satellite, right?
Exactly. So we can actually use existing IP infrastructure, and they can today lease a gigabit Ethernet connection, and that's quite low cost today. So what we can bring that 12 gigabit below a gigabit Ethernet, and we're doing that using our built-in compression in our Net Insight's Nimbra 680 equipment, 680s and 688s. And what we also do, which is very, very key, is to keep that high quality, of course, when you need to do remote production. Because when you're working something remotely, the quality has to be very, very high, and the delay has to be low, because you want to have interaction with the people on site and the camera teams. But also important when it comes to 4K is that since today's 4K transport typically 4 different quadrants, and they can take different paths across the network, right. You need to synchronize on the other end. So that's also something we integrate into the Nimbra system, that we make it frame accurate coming out of the Nimbra, going into the production environment.
So that's really significant because right now if you're refitting a production environment, you actually have to have the capability to mix all 4 of the cameras, the 4K cameras, which of course consume 12 gigabits. And what you're saying is you can cut that down to below a gigabit and see those streams take different routes across the internet and reassemble them frame accurate at the other end and do the production there.
Exactly. So they don't even need to take the same routes, or one of them can be protected over another path, but we can still maintain the synchronization at the receiving end. So yeah, it's a big thing.
So that's really exciting, and of course that means a dramatically lower cost to refit those production facilities, right?
Yeah, no, we really hope this will enable 4K production for live sports because, and we started doing the last few months now. We've done free commercial trials for this, so I think there's a lot of interest in this because it has been an issue, I think, in the industry.
Sure. And the great thing, of course, is you're also providing a mechanism where people they don't even have to lease the bandwidth 24/7. They can just release it for when they need it, right?
Yeah, that's another thing that we're actually talking about here in the conference. We call customer provision networks. So some of our customers, like the Switch, they provide a service to the broadcasters that they don't have to pay like a long-term lease or 12 months or 24 months. They actually can pay per hour or even per 10 minutes. So if you have a production, and typically they let their customer have an iPad like this, and if they want to set up connections either directly or schedule it for tonight when they have a show or on an event, so this is like a typical interface they would have. Yes, press I need a new, they pick the source and destination, from where they want to go to where they want to go, how long they need it, when they need it, so you can, as I said, schedule it. They get a price directly on this one, and they can take it when pressing confirm. Instead of that being perhaps even a corporate decision that they have to have a leased connection, this is $300. It becomes a project decision. So combining that with the remote production, which is typically 2 hours, Saturday nights and Monday nights, it's becomes quite a neat solution for the broadcaster and production teams.
It sure does. It sounds like a great way to reduce the cost of upgrading that remote production to Ultra HD. Per, this is good news. I hope you have a great show. This is great stuff.
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you. This has been Colin Dixon with nScreenMedia.